good, guys? It's your girl Faith, and welcome back to Faith Facts, where we talk about, well, a whole bunch of stuff. But today is the 12 days of Christmas, where I post a video all through the 12 days leading up to Christmas. So today we are going to be making truffles. Yes, I decided that this year we needed to jazz up our gift giving a little bit. You see, me and my mom usually give out Christmas cards, and we'll give out these little candies by a company called Mint. You've probably seen them. They sell them in these little fancy bags at almost every grocery store. They taste really good, right? Chocolate truffles. My mom used to get them at our local mall because there used to be a store there. But due to the pandemic, they had to close, and my mom's really salty about that. So I said, hey, why don't we make our own truffles this year? I mean, can't be that hard, right? Well, anyway, we're going to be making 3 different truffles today of 3 varieties, including peanut butter and jelly, coconut, and Nutella. So let's get to the kitchen and see what our ingredients are. Move these out the way. Here it all is. So yesterday I went out with my mom to Dollar General and Aldi and got all the ingredients that we need. For the first truffles, which are the Nutella truffles, we need Nutella, of course, the life source of my sanity, chocolate, milk chocolate. All these recipes that we're doing today can be found on How to Cook That. She is a food scientist named Ann Readon, and she made truffles about 8 years ago, and I happened to watch the video and I was like, I could do that. So be sure to check her out. The link to the recipes and the website are in the description. Because the recipe calls for walnuts and Dollar General did not have walnuts, I got pecan halves, so we'll just work with that. And then, because there wasn't any white chocolate with cocoa butter in it at Dollar General, I went to Aldi and got this bar of white chocolate that looks very fancy and is imported from Germany. Then I bought some coconut for the coconut truffles. So let's get into the first one, Nutella truffles. Okay, so first we need to melt the Nutella, and I was kind of afraid to put it in the microwave because, you know, it has like that metal rim around it. So we're just putting it in a pot of boiling water and seeing what happens. Hope I don't burn the house down. Probably will. So now cutting this up and pour a little bit in there, not too much. That's good. So I'm gonna be tempering this by following how to temper chocolate by microwaving it for 10 seconds until it's just liquefied, and then it will be tempered. Okay, and we're back. We have some melted Nutella and we have a container, and now we're gonna pour this Nutella into the container so that it can be cut into squares and turned into truffles. It's taken a, oh, okay. That was a really big glob. Let's just put that there. Take a little bit. And get a spatula and smooth this out. Like smear smooth this out. See my spatula? It says stir up a wonderland. I absolutely love it. So now I'm just kind of pushing it all down, trying to make it an even layer. This looks so much easier when Ann Readon did it. I thought this was going to be pretty easy because, you know, it's easy to watch How to Cook That videos. Did not think correctly though. It's like this big glob in here that gotta kind of push down. And okay, looking pretty set. See? Looking pretty set. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator for like 5 minutes so that it can set. But before that, we gotta put in our walnuts. This is going to be so good. I can already tell. While the Nutella is setting, we're going to start the PB&J truffles because I already have my chocolate melted. But for this one, we need a mold. And I don't have specific chocolate molds per se, so I'm using this clean ice tray. Hopefully, they're not too big. Okay, so I melted it in 10-second intervals and stirred it in between, and now it is just at that liquidy stage. So it's tempered. So satisfying. But it also kind of looks terrible as well. And I remembered I forgot wax paper. So we're going to be using some aluminum foil with a little bit of oil on it. Okay, let's go. So settling it out, and now for the big tip. Okay, nothing is coming out. Is this supposed to happen? Did I not melt it long enough? Probably. I don't know. Maybe I'll just let it hang for a little while. So while the shells for the peanut butter truffles are, chilling because my freezer is extremely warm and it takes forever to freeze something, we're gonna make the caramel for the coconut truffles. So the recipe on how to cook that says that we need a 1 cup and a 1/4 cup of sugar, but I think that's only to make 50 truffles, and I'm not trying to make 50 truffles. I mean, I love chocolate, but not that much. So I'm going to be using a cup and seeing if my Algebra 1 coursework has prepared me for all these measurement conversions. So it says to use coconut milk and coconut cream. However, those were not at the dollar store nor Aldi. So I got regular cream and regular milk and measured them out. We have butter, and turns out I don't have glucose. So we'll see how this goes. Let's get to it. So while it was a strenuous process, we made the caramel, and now it's time to stir in the coconut flakes. So pour that in there. Okay, so we added some more coconut. Look at all this lusciousness. It looks so good. Looks like the topping of those Girl Scout cookies. You know, the type. I can't remember the name. But we're going to pour it into here. Not sure if it's still supposed to be bubbling. The caramel didn't look this dark in the video, but we'll see. Okay. So I got tired yesterday, but we're back. And now we're gonna fill up the peanut butter and jelly square things, and hopefully they will pop out and not stick to this ice tray that I literally put nothing on before pouring the chocolate in. So here we have some melted peanut butter, but first we have to create a barrier in between the jelly and the peanut butter with chocolate, of course. So let's retemper this and come back in like 5 minutes and fill these up. Okay, now that it's all out, I have to clean this super sticky pot, but at least I get a little treat at the end. Okay, we're back. So I melted all the chocolate, so now it is just melted and it's just starting to get liquidy, but it's still not like liquid enough. So I'm gonna see if adding a little bit of coconut oil will help. Hopefully it will. If not, I don't know. Okay, so all of the chocolate hardened before I could tip it out, even though I only waited like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to tip it out. So I'm going to take this spoon and scrape out the top so that we have room for the peanut butter. Hopefully we do.
And at this point, my battery was about to die, so I just turned off my phone and continued making all of these truffles. So let's skip to the good part. And here's the final product. It's 3 different types of amazing truffles. The squares are peanut butter jelly, the ones topped with pecans are Nutella, and the white ones are caramel coconut. First up, we have the peanut butter jelly truffles. I ran out of chocolate to top them off, so some of them I just topped with a little sea salt on the peanut butter, and some I topped off with extra white chocolate. Let's see how they taste.
Okay, so now that it's here, let's try this this truffle. It's a truffle, alright. A lot of chocolate, whole lot of jelly, but let's try it. Oh wow. So I like the chocolate. It's super smooth and rich and tasty, as it should be. But I feel like the jelly is overpowering it. It's way too sweet compared to the chocolate. And it's got a weird mouthfeel. Let's try a little bit of the top layer in peanut butter. That part is so much better. The peanut butter goes way better with the chocolate, which, I mean, nobody could see that coming. And the white chocolate isn't too overpowering, and I think that the jelly would have gone better with the white chocolate, so I'll keep that in mind for next time. Chocolate is a little bit too thick in some parts and too thin in others, which is probably part of the reason I had such a hard time getting this out. But I'd say it's pretty good. Give it a 6 out of 10.
Next up, we have the caramel coconut truffles. In the original video, the caramel coconut truffles are shaped into triangles and are covered in milk chocolate, but I could not figure out how to shape it into triangles, so I shaped it into balls and put it in the white chocolate. Let's see how it tastes.
Okay, so now we're gonna try the coconut ball truffles that were supposed to be triangles. Here it is. Cheers. It's got a thick white shell, but like, it's not too much of a shell. I really like the coconut. It's not too overbearing, but it's just coconut-y enough. I think if I used coconut milk in the caramel part of this, it would have tasted more coconut. Overall, it's good. 9 out of 10.
And last but not least, we have the Nutella truffles. This was the one that I most anticipated because I love Nutella and pecans. So let's cut it up and try it out.
So we're at the final taste test of the Nutella truffle. The Nutella truffles, and let's see how they taste. It's pretty interesting, actually. Really smooth textured Nutella and a slightly less smooth texture of the chocolate. Goes really well together. Probably could have used more pecans like on the inside, because I only put like half a pecan in per truffle. And then as I was making them, I realized I was making them too big, so I started making them smaller and smaller, and I think those are pretty good. But yeah, it's like a little taste of heaven. Back to you, babe. That was such a fun video, but don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you're notified every time we post a new video. And don't forget to share videos. I've noticed that engagement has gone down a lot this year compared to 2020, and we need to get that engagement up. Engage more people into our fabulous content that we have here, especially for the 12 days of Christmas. So make sure to share this video with at least 2 people. Sounds good? Make a deal? Yeah, there's a deal. Well, bye.